Lagos commuters and transporters decry rising fuel price burden. 1-year-old baby, 14 others killed in Plateau night attack. Soaring food prices spark concerns among traders and consumers. And on the international scene, 12 dead in Turkish explosives plant blast. Good afternoon. Welcome to Trust TV News Update. I am Sumaya Abubakar. And the details. Now, despite the announcement of a price cut for petrol amid soaring fuel costs, Nigerians are grappling with skyrocketing transportation fares. Commuters and transport operators alike are feeling the financial strain with no relief in sight, and the unrelenting hike in fuel prices has driven transportation costs to record highs, leaving many frustrated and struggling to cope. The report.
With the festive season fast approaching, the strain on Nigerian households is set to deepen. Calls for immediate government intervention to stabilize transportation costs and ease the financial burden are growing louder. Farida Olasukomi, a daily commuter, expressed the frustration, lamenting the lack of progress despite widespread appeals. There is no reduction in transportation fares because fuel prices are still high.
Like I just say, it's like we are just managing. We that government is going to do anything. Well, I pray, but I lost hope about this government, so I'm not sure they can do anything. This is not affecting most of these people. We are the one that we are going out every fucking day that we are okay, yes. It's literally not easy, but for the government, I don't have anything to say. We hope for the best though.
The situation is even more dire for interstate travelers who are faced with steep costs to visit family and loved ones during the festive season. Ernest Akpan, originally from the eastern region, shared his concerns about the affordability of travel.
Because on the norms, I'm supposed to go down and celebrate with my mom, my kids, but now I'm only celebrating the Christmas here in Lagos because why? I cannot afford, I'm a father of 2. I cannot afford paying myself and my wife and my kids. At least even if they currently manage me and my wife to pay, as in my kids, their price is supposed to be low because they are kids. They are not adults. Understand? So the government, they haven't done anything. Even this morning as I speak now, nothing has been done based on the transport.
For transport operators like Ani Baba Joseph, the challenges of running a business amid skyrocketing fuel costs are immense, forcing many to pass on the burden to commuters.
Before it's 1,025 naira, they just reduce 10 naira. 10 naira does not make any difference. It's the same. The cost of transportation is still the same. For now.
As transportation costs continue to rise, Nigerians are left hoping for swift government intervention to make travel affordable again and bring relief to struggling households.
Delta residents and commuters are grappling with skyrocketing transportation fares as the Yuletide season sets in. Many have expressed concerns over the sharp increase in fares, which they say has stretched their already tight burdens, making it difficult to celebrate the season with loved ones. Trust TV's Jonathan Awayai tells us more.
In Asaba, the Delta State capital, residents voiced frustration over the steep rise in transportation costs within and outside the state. Many lamented that the festive season, traditionally a time for family reunions, has become challenging due to the prohibitive cost of travel.
This cost of price of fuel transportation this Christmas is high where we passed before because of say the fuel come dear. And they beg, we dey beg so that the fuel price make it come down so that people when want go somewhere they go fit go. Many people not fit travel because of say the price of transportation too much.
The high cost of fuel now makes some people like me, I'm not able to travel to go and visit my people because of the transportation of the people. I'm pleading they should please reconsider the fuel price and bring it down so that we that are far from our people can go maybe once in 2 years or once in 3 years to go and visit them.
I would say it's because of the fuel subsidy in our country, because the fuel is too high, which affects the transportation in our country. So that is what caused the increase of money in our transportation.
Travelers noted that fares for a trip from Asaba to Ughelli have surged from 5,000 naira to 7,500 naira, while the cost of traveling to Onitsha in nearby Anambra State has jumped from 800 naira to 2,000 naira. They called on President Bola Tinubu's administration to urgently address the economic policies affecting the transportation sector and ease the burden on Nigerians during the festive season. Jonathan Anwanyai, Trust TV News, Asaba.
Now moving on to security matters. 15 persons, including a one-year-old boy, were reportedly murdered in cold blood by assailants on Sunday night at Rido, also known as Gidang Ado, a hamlet of Riom local government area of Plateau State. The leadership of the Irigwe Development Association, in a press statement issued in Jos and signed by the National Publicity Secretary, said that the community, predominantly inhabited by Irigwe natives from Bassa, was attacked in the night without any provocation by yet-to-be-identified gunmen who invaded the hamlet and killed 15 persons. Several other persons were also seriously injured in the attack. Expressing concerns about the unprovoked attack coming a few hours to the Yuletide, the leadership of the association urged security agencies to ensure that such heinous acts are prevented, as well as caution on reprisal. While the Joint Security Task Force Operation Safe Haven and the police are yet to comment on the attack, the victims have been given a mass burial at the community burial ground. Now joining us via phone call from Jos, the Plateau State capital, is our reporter Ado Musa to give an update on the situation. Good afternoon, Ado.
Yeah, good afternoon.
All right, can you give us an update of the situation on ground? We're yet to hear, any report from the security and even the government. So, what was your what did you hear from the people in this community?
Up to this moment, neither the security agency nor the government has responded to the attack. We have been making efforts since yesterday to obtain further details on the attack, but none of them has responded to the attack. But sources from the community confirmed to me that the community is calm at the moment because security agencies, particularly troops from Operation Safe Haven, have been deployed to the community to ensure there is no further breakdown of law and order. The only thing that there is still this fear in the people on what has happened on Sunday night. So the community at the moment and security agencies, security personnel are still patrolling the community.
All right. So from the community members now, are they suspecting any particular person, or do they think that there is a reason for this particular attack?
Well, what they are saying is they don't want to rush to accuse anybody of being responsible of the attack. That is why the leadership of the group in a statement issued yesterday, they say they are waiting for security agencies to finish their investigation before they can make further comment. That is why they are also calling on members of that group to also ensure that they remain calm and never take law into their hands, because they believe that the security agencies will do the needful to investigate how and why the attack was launched on that community.
Yeah, so far we know of 15 people, amongst them a young boy who lost their lives. How about the people in the hospital? How are they faring now?
Well, yes, those who were injured have been taken to various hospitals. And from the information we also heard from the leadership of this group that they are receiving treatment in those hospitals. And up to this moment, they have not also had any death apart from the ones that they have announced yesterday. So far, those who were injured in the attack are currently receiving treatment in the hospitals.
Our heart goes to the family of this community. Thank you so much, Ado, for the update.
Okay.
All right, moving on, still on security matters. Kidnappers on Sunday night ambushed an Ado-Ekiti bound 18-passenger vehicle at Emorele, kidnapping all the passengers on board. The incident happened at the outskirts of Emorewa as the bus was returning from Onitsha. According to a source at the Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria, Ado Ekiti Motor Terminal branch, the bandits kidnapped the driver, Sunday Emmanuel, alongside other passengers, demanding a ransom of 30 million naira each. The source, who pleaded anonymity, revealed that the kidnappers abandoned some children on the bus, whose cries attracted the attention of passerbys in the early hours of Monday before it was reported to the nearest police station. The source added that 2 passengers escaped during the night before the police arrived at the scene to recover the bus. A violent clash between groups of miscreants from the Gurugudu area of Maitumbi and Kwari Bega in Minna, Niger State, has led to the death of a 15-year-old boy, Saidu Ubu. Ubu, a resident of Gurugudu, was killed on Saturday during the fight. According to witnesses, the conflict began as a confrontation between the 2 rival groups and quickly escalated into a violent skirmish, causing panic among residents in the area. Upon receiving a distress call, a police patrol team from Maitumbi Division promptly moved to the scene of the incident. However, the miscreants fled upon the sighting of police, leaving behind the injured victims. Ubu was rushed to a nearby hospital for medical attention, however, was unfortunately pronounced dead by the medical personnel. His death has sent shockwaves through the community, with residents expressing concerns about the rising activities of hoodlums in the area. In a swift response, the Niger State Police Command launched a follow-up sting operation in the area, resulting in the arrest of 5 suspects believed to be connected to the incident. The arrested individuals are currently undergoing interrogation, while efforts are being intensified to apprehend other fleeing members of the gang. Now, moving on also to litigation matters, the Chief Magistrate Olabisi Ogunkami has ordered the remand of Prophetess Naomi Silekunola, the ex-wife of the Oni of Ife, Oriyomi Hamzat, the owner of Agidigbo FM, and Bashorun Islamic High School principal Fasasi Abdullahi at the Agodi Correctional Facility. The ruling is pending advice from the Director of Public Prosecutions of the Oyo State Ministry of Justice. They were arraigned on Tuesday before Chief Magistrate Court 1, Iyaganku, Ibadan, on a 4-count charge of conspiracy, acceleration of death, negligent acts causing harm, and failure to provide adequate security and medical facilities. The court promises witnessed tension as supporters of Hamzat guarded, but heavy security presence ensured order. The situation nearly escalated when police vans conveying the suspect began leaving the court premises. The Legal Practitioners Disciplinary Committee, LPDC, has rejected a request by Chief Afe Babalola SAN's law firm, Emmanuel Chambers, to revoke the law practicing license of lawyer and author Dele Farotimi over allegations of criminal defamation and professional misconduct. Farotimi was brought before the LPDC based on a petition authored by Ola Faro, a lawyer in Emmanuel Chambers. However, in its report, the LPDC determined that the alleged offenses occurred in Farotimi's capacity as an author, not during his practice as a legal professional. The LPDC concluded that it lacked jurisdiction to address complaints about publications and advised aggrieved parties to seek redress in regular courts. The LPDC chairman, Justice Ishaq Usman Bello, affirmed that the petition could not be granted due to jurisdictional limitations.
The truth is enough. It is the only weapon by which you can slay the monster called Nigeria. The truth, nothing else. In my public advocacy, in my fight and my wars against this evil empire that we all live in, I have never lied against anyone. If I don't know, I'll say I don't know.
Moving on to more stories, the parents in Bauchi State have renewed their appeal to the federal government to prioritize strategic measures to alleviate the high cost of living, especially as Nigerians prepare for Christmas and New Year 2025 celebrations. Trust TV's Adamu Imam reports on how some families are grappling with economic challenges as they approach the festive season. The report.
Joy and blessing, mothers of many children express their struggle amid the current economic hardship. Unlike previous years when preparations for Christmas were the norm, they now focus on selling food and providing necessities for their families.
You can see now we are a hustler. We used to cook, we have our small restaurants, and you can see Christmas meant 3 days and we are still hustling. Instead of to rest and prepare for it, but we are still hustling. Even till tomorrow, say we are still hustling. Because we cannot just sit and say we are waiting for Christmas, that we are celebrating Christmas. Why? There's nothing to celebrate about it. Because no money, things are very expensive in the market. You cannot even buy anything. Even the children, they even cry for Christmas clothes, cry for this, that, shoe, wait. We can't even afford it now. You are even talking about how we eat to feed them, pay their school fees.
This issue of fuel, assuming the fuel price is down, the life things will be less and be down for person. Forget about all this sharing of spaghetti, rice, all this. It won't solve the problem. The fuel should be down. The price of fuel should be down so that the transportation of things from state to another state, it will make things to be less for us.
Meanwhile, youths remain optimistic despite the challenges. They share plan to celebrate Christmas modestly with whatever their parents can afford, choosing to relax at home during the festivities.
There are many families, they don't have food that they will cook in house and the clothes that they will wear for Christmas. So we are expecting, if possible, they should help us and pay the salary, let us get and buy the clothes and our need, the food that we eat for Christmas.
Anything their parents offer, anything their parents bring for Christmas, let them celebrate and be happy with it. It's from God. There is no anything to ask for. The chicken is from home. So he bought the chicken, you know how he suffered to get the chicken. So it's not that it's very easy to get.
Many households, however, face the harsh reality of going without food, leaving mothers to find creative ways to feed their children. Adamu Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
Barely 48 hours to Christmas, the prices of some foodstuffs, particularly rice, gari, palm oil and crayfish, have soared in major markets in Warri, the Delta State capital. Trust TV's Jonathan Anwayai, who conducted the market survey, reports that the prices of foodstuff have increased significantly between November and the month of December. The report.
As Nigerians prepare for the Yuletide season, consumers contending with the rising cost of living have been thrown into hardship, a situation that is threatening to rob them of the joy typically accompanying this season. Both sellers and buyers who spoke with Trust TV complained of the biting inflation, coupled with a lack of funds to meet basic family obligations ahead of the festivities. A check at various markets across some locations revealed that food, which is the main attraction of the Yuletide, is gradually being priced out of reach for many average households.
The high cost of food items is Christmas. Honestly, we don't know how we're going about it because bag of rice now is 120,000. Talk of groundnut oil, you know, of the price and for markets.
Food is very high now in this country. We are praying for God to help us. We don't know how the next year is going to look like. Please, government, help Nigerians. Nigerians are dying. The cost of living is very expensive.
Is it groundnut oil? Is it chicken? 3 days ago, my neighbor bought chicken 40,000 naira. How will next week look like? Things are really expensive. I don't know how we get here, but I just pray God help us, because I believe in Nigeria, and I believe that we can make Nigeria better, because the cost of living right now, even the salaries even people that are earning salary can't even afford it.
Traders also complained of losses due to high prices of commodities and blamed the high exchange rates and escalating transport fares as reason why the prices might further rise. Consumers caught up in this challenging situation expressed their displeasure at being unable to enjoy the kind of Christmas celebration they would have loved, citing the increase in the price of food items. Jonathan Awanyan, Trust TV News, Asaba.
Borno State Governor Professor Babagana Umar Zulum has reaffirmed his commitment to enhancing the annual Hajj pilgrimage to the Holy Land for better performance. The governor made the pledge during the presentation of the 2024 Hajj report by the Amirul Hajj team, led by the chairman of the committee and senator representing Borno Central, Senator Kaka Shehu Lawan, at the Government House on Monday. Zulum described the 2024 Hajj as one of the most successful in recent years. He expressed particularly satisfaction with the smooth airlift operations, the quality of services provided, the dedication of the Amirul Hajj team, and the conduct of the pilgrims. The governor also assured the public that he would review the report thoroughly and work towards implementing the recommendations. Commending the committee for introducing innovative solutions, Governor Zulum highlighted the use of online media to inform pilgrims about their flight schedules and the publication of pilgrim names to ensure smooth operations. The governor declared that moving forward, the Borno State government will no longer cover the cost of excess luggage for defaulting pilgrims. On the international scene, a powerful blast on Tuesday ripped through an explosives plant in northwest Turkey, killing 12 people and injuring 3 others, the local governor said. Footage showed shards of glass and metal scattered outside the plant. The blast took place at 8:25 a.m. at a section of the plant, the governor said, adding that part of the building collapsed. Prosecutors have launched an investigation into the matter. Mozambique's Constitutional Council has declared Daniel Francisco Chapo the winner of the disputed October presidential election, securing 65.17% of the vote. The Constitutional Council acknowledged irregularities in the election but ruled they did not significantly alter the result. Opposition leader Venancio Mondlane, who received 24.29%, accused the ruling Frelimo party of vote rigging and has rejected the court's decision. Mondlane's supporters took to the streets of Maputo, burning tires and blocking roads. Protesters Claudio Cumbe expressed his anger over the government's response. The protests over the election have led to violent clashes with over 100 people reportedly killed in recent weeks. Mondlane has called for a nation shutdown starting Friday, heightening fears of further unrest. The Constitutional Council acknowledged irregularities in the election but ruled they did not significantly alter the result, and Chapo's victory ensures another term for Frelimo, Mozambique's ruling party since independence in 1975. In sports, the Super Eagles B have landed in Lagos on Monday evening after a 0-0 draw with Ghana in the first leg of the 2025 Championship of African Nations qualifier. The home-based Eagles need an outright victory to pick the 2025 CHAN ticket at the expense of their bitter rivals, Ghana, when they filed out the second leg of the qualifier on Saturday in Uyo. After the stalemate in Accra, both teams now look forward to the second leg of the fixture, set for the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo, with winners on aggregate to represent WAFU B at the biennial championship reserved for the professional footballers plying their trade in their country's domestic leagues. The 8th African Nation Championship will be hosted by Tanzania, Kenya, and Uganda from February 1st to 28th of 2025. And with that, we've come to the end of Trust TV News Update. Do not forget to follow us across all our social media platforms. I am Sumaya Abubakar. Thanks for watching.